every table, every record, months of customer data in 9 seconds gone. The framing is wrong. Does your AI agent have delete access to production database right now? Today, agent autonomy amplifies your permissions architecture. It's called the principle of least privilege. So this was written by an AI agent, not to a support team, not to a system log, to a founder after the agent had already deleted his entire production database. Every table, every record, months of customer data in 9 seconds gone. Every headline about this story blamed the AI. Claude went rogue, AI tools are dangerous, the model lost control. The framing is wrong. And if you believe this framing, you will make the exact same mistake the founder made, because it sends you looking in the entirely wrong place. The AI did exactly what it was permitted to do. The real story, and the one that could save your startup, is about something boring. Something that most founders never think about. Something that takes 5 minutes to fix. The startup that we are talking about today is called PocketOS. It is an autonomous SaaS platform software for car dealerships. Real customers, paying accounts, and a founder named Jeremy Crane. His team was using Cursor, one of the most popular AI coding tools right now, with agent mode powered by Claude Opus, for what appeared to be a routine development task on a Saturday afternoon. The agent hit an ambiguous instruction. So instead of stopping and asking for clarification, it made a decision. It executed a cascade of delete operations that wiped out the production database. Not just some records, everything. And then the backups as well. Jeremy didn't find out until customers started emailing him that the app was broken. And before I show you what actually caused this, I want you to answer one question. Does your AI agent have delete access to production database right now? Today, as you're watching this? Do you actually know? Hold on to that one, because that question is the entire video. Now, the agent did confess. It wrote, unprompted, that it had violated its principles and guessed instead of asking. Multiple outlets quoted this. The register reported the data was eventually recovered. But Jeremy spent a weekend in crisis while customers were completely logged out of the platform. The coverage was everywhere. Inc., Fast Company, Tom's Hardware, the register, and 20 plus outlets within 48 hours. And every single one framed it as a model problem, the AI safety problem, a Claude went rogue problem. Fast Company got closest to the truth. Their headline said, it may not be AI's fault. And the truth is, it's not. And understanding why is the difference between a founder who builds confidently with AI agents and the one who is just an ambiguous instruction away from the exact outcome is interesting. So let's look at what actually happened and why the probability of this happening is going up, not down, even as the models become more smarter. So the story starts with the AI agent having a single API key. And that key was created a while back, and developers call this a long-lived credential. And that credential had unrestricted delete permissions on the production database. The agent didn't hack anything, didn't go rogue. It used a credential it was given, a credential with permission it was never supposed to have. And it did exactly what delete permissions allow you to do. It deleted things. And here's the part worth sitting with. I guessed instead of asking, is the agent's description of its own decision. But it could only execute that guess because someone had already given it the keys to do so. The guess was a bad judgment call, yes. The execution is permission failure. Those are two different problems, and the industry and every headline from the last 48 hours is focused on entirely the wrong one. Because if that credential had been scoped to select and insert only, if delete had been removed entirely, the agent could have guessed whatever it wanted to, it would have gotten a permission error. The database would be fine. 18 months ago, AI coding tools were just autocomplete. They suggested code, you review it, you ran it, you were the executioner. But that changed. Agent mode doesn't suggest anymore. It just acts. Cursor's agent can open files, write code, run terminal commands, call APIs. Claude Code can run for hours unattended. Anthropic's own documentation describes agents capable of executing multi-step workflows without human approval steps. Now, this is genuinely powerful. I use AI agents in my own work every week. But here's what nobody told founders when they handed the agent the keys. Agent autonomy amplifies your permissions architecture. The tool is only as safe as the access you gave it. The models got smarter. The permission architecture stayed the same. And this mismatch is the bomb. And every month that agents get more capable and more autonomous, the blast radius of misconfigured credentials gets larger and larger. Now, most founders, when they hear AI safety, they think about model behavior, jailbreaks, hallucinations, harmful outputs. That's the version of AI risk that gets all the press coverage. It is not the version that is going to destroy your startup. For your product right now, the real risk is infrastructure permissions. Now, security engineers have had a name for the solution for 50 years. It's called the principle of least privilege. Give every system, human or machine, the minimum access it needs to do its specific job and nothing more. Think about a bank teller. They can access customers' accounts and process transactions. They can't access the vault, approve loans, change system settings. That's not distrust. That's design. Every role holds the minimum access to the job needs to be done. Nothing more. We have applied this to every part of software infrastructure: database users, API keys, service accounts, cloud roles. Every competent DevOps engineer knows it cold. And then AI agents showed up and we handed them admin credentials because it was faster, because the agent needed to just get things done, because we thought we would scope it down later. Now, Jeremy Crane wasn't incompetent. He was doing what almost every other founder does: moving fast, building, handing the agent the keys so the agent could work. The agent just worked, and there was no visible reason to audit its credential scope. Well, until there was. So if you have an AI coding agent running against your code base right now, and you haven't audited what it can reach, and you'd rather have a team come in and do it properly, that is exactly what my team at Mentorflow AI does for seed stage founders. We run production readiness audits that cover credentials, database access patterns, auth flows, environmental separation, and we go much more in detail. Link is in the description if you need help. For everyone else, here are the 5 things to check. You can do every one of them today. Number 1, audit every credential your AI agent can reach. Open your cursor settings, your Claude Code config, your Replit agent settings, wherever your agent is running. List every single API key, the database connection string, and service credential it has access to. Write them down. This literally takes 5 minutes. Do it today. Number 2, for every credential, you need to ask this question: can this delete? Every production database credential with delete, drop, or truncate permission that an AI agent can reach is a live risk right now. Mark those. If your agent has those permissions on production, you are one ambiguous instruction away from what happened to PocketOS. Number 3, separate dev and prod. This is non-negotiable. Your AI agent should never run against your production database without a human reviewing every destructive action first. If you are using the same credential for development tasks and production, stop today. Use Superbase's branching, use staging environment, use a read replica. Whatever your stack allows, the AI agent and the production database should not have a direct line without human review in between. Number 4, scope your credentials to the minimum needed. Create a dedicated database user for AI agent access. Give it select and insert. Remove, delete, drop entirely unless specific workflow requires it. And even then, scope it to specific tables. If your AI agent needs to delete test records, create a test agent schema it can work with. It has no business touching your user tables ever. Number 5, enable confirmation gates for destructive actions. Both Cursor and Claude Code support settings that force the agent to pause and wait for human confirmation. Before executing any command containing delete, drop, or a production write even, you need to have a human review. Turn this on. It adds 2 seconds per destructive operation. It would have saved PocketOS. None of this is exotic. This is standard security hygiene applied to any category of tool. The reason it didn't get applied is the same reason most security hygiene gets skipped. The agent just worked. There was no visible problem until there was. I violated every principle I was given. I guessed instead of asking. Here's what that confession actually means. The agent was right. It did violate its principles. It made a destructive assumption when it should have stopped and asked. That was the judgment call failure. But the database is gone because of a permission architecture failure. The agent confessed to guessing. The infrastructure made that guess catastrophic. So 2 different problems. One, you fix with better agent behavior, and that's on the tool vendors to improve. One, you fix in the next 10 minutes, and that's on you. So build boldly, credential carefully. And the next question most founders ask after watching this is, what else is wrong with my AI built code base that I don't know about? So I help founders how AI is impacting their product, their business, and more importantly, what they can do about it. So please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.